Introducing the Breakout Invitational Season 3, where we find up-and-coming talent in the North American scene. And your players, Panda Bear Me, the Changeling. Jon Snow, the Redemption Zerg. High Fire, the Stormbringer. Intense, the Macro Machine. Zan, the Beast. Galazur, the Daredevil. Midday, the Nobleman. Bales, the Powerhouse. Be sure to check out the Breakout Invitational on October 17th, 18th, and 19th to discover who will break out.
Hello everyone. Welcome to the third Breakout Invitational. My name is Fear Dragon, and today I'm joined here by Jeff In Control Robinson. How are you doing today, man?
Good. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited to see these games.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. It's actually an absolute pleasure to have you on. But for those of you who don't know a little bit about actually what the heck you're watching, obviously this is, for some people, it might just be this kind of random event on the TL calendar. Breaking Out is actually a show that I do before the tournament where we highlight up-and-coming North American players that are talented and are rising up in the scene and have the potential to break out and become some of those big-name players, but they're not quite there yet. So these are kind of like going to be the insights into potentially maybe some of the big players that we're going to be seeing in WCS 2015, all of that kind of stuff. And this is actually the tournament that we have for those 8 players that we interviewed on this season of Breaking Out. So that's kind of like the general idea in case you're tuning in from either some hosting. Thank you so much to Desro, Base Trade TV, ESC Champ, everyone that's actually hosting the channel. It means a ton. But with that being said, also shout out to our observer, Current TV. He's going to be doing all the production here today. So be sure to give him a follow on Twitter at Current TV. But yeah, for those of you also tuning in, I do actually want to let you know there is actually a giveaway going on. For those of you who are familiar with the giveaway that we did last time, we actually did some Zergling plushies. This time we're doing Zergling plushies again. So every day we're actually going to be giving away one of these awesome Zergling plushies from Blizzard Entertainment. So it's a StarCraft Zergling plushie. It's actually adorable. Highly recommended. Good quality and everything. So all you have to do to win it is you have to tweet at myself and the player that you want to win the Breakout Invitational, and make sure that you're following us both. You need to follow the player because that's what this tournament is about, and you need to follow me because I need to direct message you. So make sure you're following both of us, otherwise you won't actually be qualified to win it. And we're going to be giving away one at the end of each day of the stream, so be sure to stick around for that at the end as well if you are tweeting out about that. And of course, you also need to use the hashtag BreakingOutNA, no spaces, etc. But final kind of little shout out over to Damon Knight, who's actually done some nice little sponsorship of the event. He's put in a lot of money into all of the Breaking Out Invitationals, including this one. So big shout out to Damon Knight and his organization's Let's Kung Fu. It's a great YouTube podcast for StarCraft and Hearthstone. You can find over at youtube.com/filthyrake. And of course, you can also check out his team, Psystorm Gaming, which actually has some great players, including SWS, who was a previous Breaking Out player from last season. So definitely be sure to check that team out. And final note is that the prize pool, initially, it starts off as $1,000. It's some money that I put into it. But if actually you want to raise the prize pool, you want to kind of reward these players for, you know, training hard and trying to get better and become the next North American Hope or whatever you want to call it, you can actually donate to the prize pool as well. Obviously, don't donate if you're like in financial need. If you're if it's between like your next Subway sandwich and like donate to the prize pool, choose your Subway sandwich, please. I beg of you. But But if you do have some money to spare and you do want to kind of reward these players, please feel free to hit that button down below the stream on the actual twitch.tv stream. There should be a little logo of the Breakout Invitational. You'll see a little donate button, so you can hit over there. 100% of it goes over to the prize pool, and the prize pool split up where if you actually go to the Liquipedia page, it'll show you the kind of prize distributions for first place to even last place. Even players who make it out bottom of the group, they still actually get some portion of the money. So even if your favorite player doesn't quite make it out on top, don't worry, they still get some kind of reward for making it into the show. I know actually this is one kind of misnomer that I'm going to clarify right now. It's called the Breakout Invitational. I actually just like the word invitational. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty much every single player except for 2 of them qualified for the show and for the tournament. So it's actually just a misnomer. I just think that the word invitational sounds cool. So with that,
that's your defense for it, huh?
That is my defense, Jeff. All right. If anyone wants to challenge me, you can challenge me on Twitter by hashtagging Breaking Out and also following myself and the player. So I think that's the best way to argue. But guys, you aren't gonna have to listen to me talk for too much longer. Let's go ahead and get these games started. We're gonna actually start off with some player intros just to give you guys a feel for who these guys are, because a lot of you might not know who they are. Don't worry, I've summed it up in about 2 to 3 minutes. So check them out. We're gonna be jumping into the first series, Bales versus Intense. We'll see you guys in a little bit.
Bales, the powerhouse.
Bales is one of the most solid up-and-coming Protoss players out there. No gimmicks, just strong macro play. He also has a solid mindset for actual improvement.
My strongest quality is that I'm pretty optimistic about what I'm doing. I know that if I lost a game, it was my fault, and I can always improve upon that. I'm just kind of playing to have fun and to just improve. If I'm doing both of those things, I know it's going to just carry me to one of those goals.
He's taken games off some exceptional players and can definitely be considered a powerhouse.
I don't think I've broken out per se yet because I'm kind of like in the midst of it, I would say. I started 4 years ago and I started in Gold League, so I've continuously just been getting better and better. I'm not broke out yet because I'm still getting better. There's still much to improve upon. People should root for me because I'm going to win the whole tournament, and everyone likes to root for the winner.
Describing his playstyle can be a bit hard. He's not doing anything gimmicky, he's actually just incredibly solid and has great control.